PRI 2007.
Fuel Air Spark Technology, or FAST, is one of the leading fuel injection systems on the market and is part of the Comp Performance Group. We're here at PRI 2007 with Jay Roback, and Jay, you are the product manager for the XFI system. Let's talk a little bit about that system here, and what are the advantages of it?
Okay, well, the advantages of it really are it's fully programmable, both fuel and spark. It's all done in-house. We do all of our own hardware and software design. And so that gives us a little flexibility to do things what we feel make it easier for the end user, so he doesn't have to learn completely everything about an engine to be able to program his EFI system.
Your software is easy enough to use with this. They plug in their laptop and it's pretty intuitive of how to program one of these.
Yes, it is. I mean, most of the time you spend with an EFI system is actually working with the software, not so much installing the hardware or anything. And so that's really what needs to be the easiest to work with. I mean, there's no sense in needing a PhD to be able to figure out how to tune an engine, and with our stuff you don't need that.
Because if it was that way, people would go away with quickly and maybe move on to a different system.
Yeah, very true. You know, we've done little things to help out, like we did a video. We have a DVD that teaches you how to install and tune the system, and it's just all things to make it easier for the end user, so it's not quite as intimidating as it has been.
So the XFI system has been out for a couple years now. How's the reception been?
Reception's been very good. We're seeing more and more people that have never used it before, never used EFI at all, want to come in and try our FAST system. So that tells us we're on the right track and we're doing things to make it easier for people to use.
Now you've got some new things that you've implemented for the XFI system this year. Let's talk about those.
Okay, well, one of the things is our intelligent traction control. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. We can do it with just spark, or we can do it with fuel and spark, where we're actually shutting off cylinders sequentially to get the traction back under control.
There's a couple different ways that you can measure it and how that's implemented. Where do you guys get your information to start retarding spark and fuel?
Okay, well, yeah, there are a couple of different ways. Some places, some companies use engine RPM. We chose to use drive shaft RPM, and we can do it one of two ways. We can use the actual RPM of the drive shaft, or we can use the change and rate of acceleration of the drive shaft, which allows you to control traction without limiting the speed of the vehicle.
Sometimes, especially in a drag race application on launch, you might want a little bit of wheel spin, so you can factor that in?
Yes, you absolutely can. It's completely programmable on a 2D graph.
I also see that you have a display here, but you're telling me that's not just the display that plugs into the system.
No, actually it's also a data logger, a complete data acquisition system, honestly. It can be used with the XFI or as a standalone. It will data log for up to 1,000 frames per second for up to a couple of hours, as well as control outputs, such as it has a boost control built in. It will control electric shocks, and many other things that it can do with pulse width modulated outputs.
And the different applications for this, we can go from just a normal street car to full-on race car?
Absolutely. We've got anything from just a normal, your 69 Camaro that you drive around, or 4,000 horsepower Pro Mod cars.
That's great. Well, I think that shows why FAST is one of the leading people on the market. It's a one-stop solution for all your fuel injection and electronic needs. Make sure you stick with us here for our coverage of PRI 2007 on Power TV.